Hey everybody, today I'm reviewing the Citizen EcoDrive Perpetual Chrono A-T. That's model number AT4010-50E. Let's go ahead and get started. Here you can see the outer box. Nice cardboard Citizen packaging. Let's go ahead and open that up and see what's inside. Here on the inside flaps of the box, you can see it has a little description of EcoDrive and actually a code you can find out more about it on their website. Just interesting, it shows the solar panel and everything. We'll talk about EcoDrive a little bit later. The inner box and some paperwork. Inside the box, before we get to the actual watch, you'll get your registration info there, your warranty card, and your owner's manual. Big manual, a lot of stuff to cover with the EcoDrive. Let's go ahead and put that aside and get to the watch itself. This is the inner display package. Little cylinder Citizen on the top, just a cardboard box. Different texture there, that's kind of nice. Nothing special. Let's open it up. There is the watch itself. This is the Citizen EcoDrive Perpetual Chrono A-T. Taking it off the pillow here. Actually, it's not a pillow, it's more just a little spring display piece here. Let's get that packaging out of the way. So, this is the Citizen Citizen EcoDrive Perpetual Chrono A-T. Again, that's model number AT4010-50E. The EcoDrives in general and Citizen are an interesting company. Citizen is a Japanese-based company. They make a wide range of watches. They make mechanics, automatics, quartz, and then they have their own line of the EcoDrive, and that's really what they're best known for. EcoDrive is actually a system. Let me put that package back over here. EcoDrive is actually a system that uses a solar panel essentially to charge a quartz movement. It has a non-replaceable, or at least non-user replaceable power cell. It's a rechargeable battery, and it charges that with solar energy. You can get like 6 months on one charge, and it's just constantly charging. Let's talk a little bit more about this watch right here. This is one of the EcoDrive models, and this is the Perpetual Chrono. Let's go ahead and look at the case here. The case is a 42 millimeter wide case, 13 millimeters thick. You can see it has a tachometer here on the top with a black bezel. There's a few different variations. You can get it in steel, you can get it in titanium, you can get it black ion plated, and I believe that there's a gold version as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. Gold tone, I mean, not actual gold. The case here, you can see on the side, it's got a satin brush, horizontal, polished little accent there on the edge of the lug, and brushed on top of the lugs. Crown guard on the side. You've got pushers as well as a central crown. The bracelet ties in with the case with the brushed lugs very nicely, and you can see it has polished links here on the sides. This is a solid link bracelet with solid end links as well. You can see there. Very nice. It has a double push clasp, Citizen logo there brushed on the clasp. Stamped clasp, pretty decent, not too bad. Look at the case back here. This is a screw. I'm sorry, this is not a screw down. This is a press fit case back, titanium as well. You can see it has a Citizen logo there. Perpetual Chrono. What else does that say? EcoDrive. Right there it is. Let's go ahead and look at the face of the Citizen EcoDrive Perpetual Chrono here. This is all underneath a sapphire crystal. Big plus there for those of you that don't know. Most watches on the low end come with just a mineral or glass crystal that's somewhat scratch resistant, but not very much so. This is a sapphire crystal, which is what pretty much all luxury watches are going to use. They have dramatically higher scratch resistance. You can just take a knife and scratch it along the face and it won't do anything. This watch, real quick before I go over the face of the watch, I forgot to mention this is the titanium version of this watch. It does come in steel as well, but what I paid an extra $50 for the titanium, which is a full titanium bracelet and full titanium case. There's a dramatic weight difference here. This is actually the first titanium watch that I've purchased, and the weight difference is kind of startling, to be honest. When you compare it to another watch, even a smaller watch. This is the Orient Star retrograde here. The Orient Star is noticeably smaller, it's thinner and everything. However, it's definitely more weight there. This is a mechanical movement as well, so that changes it a little bit. But I was just startled to see the difference in weight. Anyway, back to the face of the watch here. Underneath that sapphire crystal, you do have a black bezel here as well, which is the same for all the models, with a tachymeter on the front. Not a whole lot of use for a tachymeter today in modern times, but still interesting to see. Looking at the face of the watch, you have a black ring around here with indices on the front. Those are, it's kind of hard to see. They're polished chrome on the sides with lume on the front of the indices. And then you have little chapter markers for each minute as well. There's a lot going on the face of this watch. You do have day of the week over here on the side, which is kind of like a retrograde sort of function here. All of these dials are multifunction, so there is a lot to look at here. Now you can see on the top it says Citizen Eco Drive, Perpetual Calendar, Sapphire, Water Resistant 200 meter, Titanium. You have radio controlled mark right there, and a date window at 4 o'clock. The left dial there at 10 o'clock has 24-hour time. The dial at 2 o'clock is your 60-minute timer, as well as a battery indicator over here on the side, which we'll look at in a second, and again the day of the week. At 6 o'clock you have your function dial, I guess you would call it. This does a lot of different stuff, from chronograph to alarm to time zone. In regards to the Eco Drive function of this watch, you can actually see in the center here, inside of the ring here, it's a little bit almost like a brownish kind of tone. That is actually the solar panel. So that's how this watch charges. Let's go ahead and look at the functions here real quick. The Eco Drive, like I said, that's just the power. But this is also an atomic clock timekeeping. I don't know what you call it, radio controlled. So this syncs up with the atomic clock in Colorado, and if I hit this bottom dial, you'll see it's going to show us right now. It has medium signal strength on there on the inside. Again, a little difficult to see. And over here, you can force a reception of the signal. Down here on the edge, you can change the daylight savings time on or off. I'm not even going to go through all the functions of this watch just because there's too many to list here, too many to go over in detail just on the video. But the bottom button here, if you don't have this out and if you're just in the standard timekeeping mode, the bottom pusher at 4 o'clock, you hit that, your seconds hand goes here, shows you the signal strength, and the 2 o'clock dial shows you the battery charge strength. Let me just move this out of the way a little bit here. Your time. Well, I'm trying. What did I do wrong here? Okay, it's moving right now. So now you should be able to. Yeah. Oh, come on. It's changing the time right now. This does have different time zones. It's set up for North America, so you have your Pacific and all that time zones. You can see on here it says Denmark, China, I guess, New York City. So. No, I'm sorry. What am I saying? China. LAX, Denver. I'm not sure what CHI even stands for. New York City. So it's got a lot of different time zones. What I was mentioning earlier, though, if you push the 4 o'clock, it will actually show you the battery strength there. So right now we're at what, 3 out of 4 bars, I guess. On a full charge, it'll last I think about 6 months. So that's pretty impressive. Going over the different modes here, this one works a little different than a standard quartz or mechanical would. If you pull it out, one click, the crown here, this is a just push-pull crown, not screw down. You'll see one click out, now I can change the modes here. So let's go ahead and go to chronograph, how about? If you change the mode and then push the crown back in, you'll see it pops up to chronograph. Top button to start, pause, and the bottom button to reset. It does have a tone as well. This does a alarm, you can see there, you can change it to. And it also has the multiple time zones will sync automatically with the atomic clock, and then you have a manual time zone if you're out of the country in a different GMT setting. So for now, let's just set it for New York, I guess. And it will automatically sync every night with the atomic clock at 2 a.m. So that's pretty impressive, and that makes this basically a maintenance-free watch, more or less, as long as you keep it in the light, get it to charge every once in a while. If you take it out of the light for too long, I believe just I don't know, a few hours or something, and it detects that it's in full darkness, the hands will actually pause and conserve more battery, and internally it's still keeping time, but it will stop indicating on the dial. As soon as you expose it to light, you'll watch, and all the hands will jump back to where they should be for the up-to-date time. So very impressive there. What else can I tell you here? Really, I think that about covers the features. This is a Japan movement watch. I'm not sure exactly where it's made. You can see down there in the bottom text says Japan movement. Yeah, overall a nice package. The MSRP on this version for the titanium is $725. With the steel version, I believe it's $595. So there is a difference in price. I can tell you that I bought this from an online retailer for $320 or $349, I believe, and you can get the steel version for $299. So it's an interesting option. I think for the extra $50, I guess it's up to you and your preference, but for titanium, it's a very interesting option. Here it is on the wrist. At 42 millimeters, it's a pretty standard size for the sporty type of watch. I think it's absolutely appropriate. Some people may actually prefer bigger, but on my 7¼ inch wrist, I think it's just about perfect. Fits the sporty look very well. A dress watch you might want a little smaller, but I think for the style, it is appropriate. So again, this is the Citizen EcoDrive Perpetual Chrono A-T. Overall value for $350. I think this is a great watch. You're looking at a pretty decent, entry to mid-level watch. Most people would say that for quality and all that, this is about the starting point for a good quality watch. But you're getting a lot of features here. You're getting a sapphire crystal. You're getting the radio-controlled timekeeping and the EcoDrive, as well as a full titanium case. If you go to something like an Oris, which of course is a different level, but an Oris titanium, you're looking at a few $1,000s, I believe. So really, this is an excellent value. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go ahead and check my website for watch reviews, and you'll see the link there in the description. Thanks for watching.